Hi friends, this is PH 6503, Unit 2, Magnetic Property of the Material. In the previous lectures, we have seen about the diamagnetism of the magnetic material, and it is the characteristic which is fall into the almost all metals. That means diamagnetism is always available in all the available materials, and that is how it is said to be a universal property which is always present in the case of the material. Now the second part of this magnetic property, that is a paramagnetic material. In fundamentally there is a three category of the magnetic materials. One is a diamagnetic material, another is a paramagnetic material, and the third one is a ferromagnetic material. The further branching in between the paramagnetic and the ferromagnetic are also available, but we will not focus too much right now over there. So let us underline the paramagnetic material. The paramagnetic materials is a kind of the property we have seen almost in the 9th or 11th grade, like that when you are exposed the material in front of the external applied magnetic field, it starts getting magnetized, but as and when you switch off the external magnetic field, the magnetism of the material is again going to vanish off, or it will be not remain exhibited, and in such case it become, or in such case, that is in the absence of the external magnetic field, it will behave like a normal material or a non magnetic material. तो जैसे ही आपने एक्सटर्नल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड दिया, मटेरियल मैग्नेटाइज हुआ। जैसे ही आपने स्विच ऑफ किया एक्सटर्नल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, और मटेरियल ने अपनी मैग्नेटिक प्रॉपर्टी भी स्विच ऑफ की। सो such kind of the property of a material is referred as a magnetic property in category of a paramagnetism. So this is what we have clarity till the 11th grade. So now it is in higher education, let us take it a little bit more detail about it, what exactly happening. So the very first important line of demarcation between the diamagnetic material and the paramagnetic material is that the material, they do have a permanent magnetic moment or permanent magnetic dipole moment. So this is rises because of the incomplete electronic shell of any element. अगर कोई एलिमेंट की इलेक्ट्रॉनिक शेल इनकम्प्लीट फील्ड है, ऑक्टेट कोई इनकम्प्लीट रहता है, राइट, सो इन दैट केस देर इज़ अ अनपेयर्ड ऑफ electrons are there, or yes, there is one more input. In case of a incomplete electronic shell, especially it should be the unpaired electrons, and this unpaired electron going to contributes a permanent magnetic dipole moment, and this is the right cause of creation of a magnetism in the presence of a magnetic field. So what is happening when a magnet, such kind of a permanent dipole moments, which is cause of the atoms or the ions, are individually with the no mutual interactions among them, or they are randomly distributed as shown over here, but as and when the external magnetic field is applied, it is getting aligned, and that is called the paramagnetism. So it is to be understood that there is no internal magnetic interactions, माने ये magnetic moment से कोई interact नहीं करिए, but that was the very first model put forward by the Langevin, and therefore it was the presumptions. Ideally, in the present or the actual sense, they all are interacting to each other very strongly, but still Langevin has not considered for ease of the mathematical model, or because he has considered the concept of the paramagnetic gas. तो paramagnetic gas के बारे में अगर सोचो तो the distance among this dipole moments will be large, and therefore it tends to understand that there is an interaction, but it would be a very weak interactions, and therefore you can neglect it. So that was the assumption in those days for the designing of that particular model or the classical theory of a paramagnetic material. Now, when this magnetic dipole moments are influenced under the external magnetic field and getting aligned in the direction of a magnetic field slowly, but at the same time the thermal vibrations are going to oppose this one. So thermal vibrations is going to vibrate this particular alignment, and therefore temperature will not allow them to be in the direction of the external magnetic field. वो थोड़ा थोड़ा वाइब्रेट रहता है. So that means there is a net direction in the direction of field, but still the vectorial summation will be little bit weaker, and therefore you can understand that paramagnetism is not that strong as you are observing the alignment in the ferromagnetism. So ferromagnetism is much stronger compared to this one. Anyway, there is a concept of domain, we will discuss it later on. So right now again paramagnetism is because of a permanent dipole magnetic moment is influenced under the external magnetic field and getting aligned in the direction of the field, but there is a one enemy, that is the temperature or the thermal agitations of this dipole moment. As the temperature rises, the thermal agitations or the thermal vibration will also enhance, and therefore the alignment become weaker and weaker and it get randomized. So it's also a noticeable thing. Suppose I want to decrease the induced magnetism or induced paramagnetism in a material, how I can reduce the paramagnetism? So ideally if I increase the temperature or a thermal agitations, naturally this is get randomized and I will get again non-magnetic or the de-alignment in the direction of the external magnetic field. Okay, so to derive the Langevin theory, and this theory is a pure classical in nature. So what he has assumed in the beginning, the statistical kinetic theory was applied. So kinetic theory they have adopted because they have treated the unpaired permanent dipole moments are as a paramagnetic gas. So they have an analogy of unpaired electrons, which are the permanent magnetic dipole moments, and on an average they are always in the valence shell. So this valence shell contributions they are considering with the or having an analogy with the statistical theory of a kinetic theory, and on that basis they have developed the expression for the permeability. So the important part is they are treated the paramagnetic material in context of a paramagnetic gas, and which they allowed us to neglect the mutual interaction among the magnetic moments. So let's consider the paramagnetic gas in which each particle is associated with the paramagnetic moment with the mu. So ये सोच लेते हैं कि जो भी dipole moment available है that is having the magnetic moment mu. So this is a first assumption. Secondly, to fact they had put it a outline before moving to the theory development, that the applied magnetic field tends to produce the alignment in the magnetic axis of the molecule in its own directions. So when the bahar ka external magnetic field they are applying, so naturally this magnetic moment is turned in the direction of the external magnetic field जो अभी हमने बात किया वही. Secondly, the thermal agitations which works disorganized or the de-aligned the order which is produced by the external magnetic field. ये भी बात हमने just before in the previous slide we had discussed. So when we are deriving this Langevin theory on basis of a classical nature, it is basically a quantitative understanding, not the qualitative understanding. But anyway, it was the very first model. So induced the electric polarization in the polar dielectric magnetization. In the simple, it is exactly same way the induced electric polarization in a polar dielectric medium under the influence of a external electric field. तो जैसे ही इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड में अप्लाइड करने से डाई मटेरियल में जैसे ही पोलराइजेशन जनरेट होता है, यही कंसेप्ट यहाँ पे भी आपको दिखाई देगा कि मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल को जब एक्सटर्नल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में इंस्टेड ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड नाउ वी आर अप्लाइंग अ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, सो पोलराइजेशन इन कंटेक्स्ट टू गेटिंग अलाइनमेंट ऑफ अ मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट इनटू द डायरेक्शन, वहाँ पे polarity of the charges is getting aligned in the direction of the electric field. So they are saying that it is the just identical explanation of dielectric polarization, and the magnetic polarizations are the identical cases. Okay, so let us begins with the two concept, that let us say number of the molecules are oriented in the directions with the angle of a theta. So if I having a applied magnetic field in the direction of the x-axis, that is a B, and the applied magnetic the oriented magnetic moments are situated with the angle of the theta, or you can say that more precisely theta 2 theta plus d theta. So a small thermal vibrations we are also incorporated with line of the reference of the reference lines will be the line of the magnetic forces, that is the x-axis, which is proportional to sin theta d theta. Sin theta d theta will appear because of the spherical polar coordinate system. So on the basis of a spherical polar coordinate system, the alignment in the direction of this particular theta direction, that comes sin theta d theta, that you can go with the solid angle on the basis of a spherical polar coordinate system, then you can find it out the theta alignment in the direction of the sin theta d theta. So it's a pure concept of that one. Okay, the second postulate we are understanding, that is the equipartition theorem, because we are taking the concept of the paramagnetic gas, and therefore we can having the idea of the equipartition theorem. That means the energy absorbed by the each molecule or the atoms will be identical, and therefore this equipartition theorem can be exploited over here, and it allows us and says that the number of molecules whose potential energy is capital E is proportional to exponential of minus E upon kT, where K is the Boltzmann constant and T is the absolute temperature of the system. So that is a pure equipartition theorem. So equipartition theorem में you can say that the number of molecules is proportional to, माने आपके पास एक quantity of molecules define हो जाएगी जिसके पास भी energy E है, so that would be exactly proportional to e to the power minus E upon kT. That is basically it's a Boltzmann's law पे से derive हो रहा है. So now we are executing this two postulate or to outline or to understanding on our rather Langevin has used this two concept on the particular derivation of this Langevin theory. So let us assume that there is a n number of the molecules in my system. Then I am taking a very small region of the regime of the system, and let us say it's a dn number. So n number काफ़ी बड़ा है. Let us say I do have a 10 to the power 23 number of atoms, बट उसमें से उतने एटम्स के लिए काम करने की ज़रूरत नहीं. लेट अस चूज़ द 10 नंबर ऑफ एटम्स. सो वेरी स्मॉल नंबर ऑफ रेजिम्स यू आर गोइंग टू सिलेक्ट. एक छोटा सा टुकड़ा आप पसंद कर रहे हो स्पेस में जिसमें dn नंबर ऑफ द एटम्स आर अवेलेबल्स. सो दे आर सेइंग दैट कि वैसे तो आप वो बता रहे हैं कि दिस इज ऑल एटम्स आर अलाइंड एट द थीटा, बट व्हेन यू आर पिकिंग अ वेरी स्मॉल रीजन, so it would be a range. So dn is aligned within the range of theta to theta plus d theta. That's why I mention over here. Anyway, so theta to d theta की range में if they are aligned and if they having the energy value is E, then according to the equipartition theorem I can say that dn is exactly proportional to exponential minus e upon kt sin theta d theta. Sin theta d theta is the number of available molecules in the direction of the theta proportional to sin theta d theta. Okay, so with this too, dn is proportional to sin theta d theta, and as well as equipartition theorem it is proportional to e to the power minus e upon kt. So दोनों concept से हम dn फाइंड आउट कर रहे हैं. प्रोपोर्शनलिटी कांस्टेंट इज गेटिंग c, एंड नाउ द टॉर्क इज अप्लाइड ऑन द डायपोल मोमेंट. तो अगर ये डायपोल मोमेंट है तो b से हमें इस पे टॉर्क लग सकता है. तो टॉर्क कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे? टॉर्क इज अ r क्रॉस f, राइट. so that is mb sin theta. B is a magnetic force, and r is the distance between the two dipole moments, so that is a twice of L, right. So the separation distance between P and Q, that is a r distance, and the force is given by the pole strength into magnetic field, so that is a mb. So f and the distance is qr and sin theta, right. So mb and 2l and sin theta. 2l is the length of the dipole moment, so qr का distance हो रहा है twice of l, right. मैग्नेटिक मटेरियल के दो पोल का डिस्टेंस, नॉर्थ पोल टू साउथ पोल का डिस्टेंस क्या होता है? ट्वाइस ऑफ एल. सो दैट इज़ अ ट्वाइस ऑफ एल. एम बी इज़ अ फोर्स, एंड क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट है तो उसका हो जाएगा साइन थीटा. सो एम बी ट्वाइस ऑफ एल साइन थीटा. सो कुल मिला के हो गया ट्वाइस ऑफ एल इंटू एम, ट्वाइस ऑफ एल इंटू एम. that is nothing but the magnetic moments. So that is I mentioned here, magnetic dipole moment is given by mu m is equal to twice of lm, and that's why mu b sin theta. So torque is equal to mu b sin theta, that you can develop. And the potential energy stored due to this dipole moment, अगर ये dipole moment और slowly एक external magnetic field की direction में align होने जा रहा है, so अगर ये dipole moment slowly x axis के parallel हो जाएगा, so that means you are working on the system, and if you are working on the dipole moment system, so that is you are storing the magnetic energy within the system. So ultimately your potential energy has to increase. So let us check it up with this. So energy in of the system, maximum it is a sin theta, so run between pi by 2 to theta, right. So any theta and maximum it will be getting to the pi theta, right. So pi by 2 to theta, and integrations you need to take because it is a randomized, all the atoms are randomly oriented, So if I consider all the number of atoms which are randomly orientated, then the torque into d theta. D theta is the displacement, T is the torque. So F into displacement, so that is a work done. Work done is the energy. So T into D, and we are taking the integration pi by 2 to theta. So if we integrate this one, we will having the relation, and that is the E is equal to, we will be having a E is equal to minus mu b cos theta. Negative, that means the potential energy will be decreased because you are pump up the energy. Okay, so with that it become more E is equal to minus mu b cos theta. So this is your energy stored in your system, that is a minus mu m. B is the applied magnetic field, cos theta, that is the angular variations with respect to the line of magnetic field. So E की जगह आप माइनस म्यू बी कॉस थीटा रख दो, तो योर प्रीवियस इक्वेशंस वॉट वी हैव सीन, ई की जगह माइनस म्यू बी कॉस थीटा रख दे तो इक्वेशन 9.32 डी एन इज इक्वल टू सी एक्सपोनेंशियल माइनस माइनस प्लस हो गया, माइनस ई अपॉन के टी था, तो माइनस की जगह म्यू बी कॉस थीटा अपॉन के टी साइन थीटा डी थीटा हो गया. ओके, नाउ म्यू बी अपॉन के टी की रेशियो को मैं ए डिफाइन कर रहा हूँ, म्यू बी अपॉन के टी को मैं ए डिफाइन कर रहा हूँ. सो ए इज इक्वल टू म्यू बी अपॉन के टी, देन दिस अबव विल रिलेशन बिकम डी एन एक्सपोनेंशियल ऑफ ए कॉस थीटा साइन थीटा डी थीटा. With this explanation, I can have that such kind of the orientation maybe maximum is 100% aligned, so it's a 0 degree, and it can be in the other direction. The magnetic moment could be at the most in the opposite directions. I can take you back to the very first slide, then also you can realize that देखिए डायरेक्शन ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ये है, तो आप कोई मैग्नेटिक फील्ड उसके अपोजिट साइड पे भी होगा और कोई इसके ऑलमोस्ट इन द डायरेक्शन भी होगा. सो मैक्सिमम इट इज़ इन द डायरेक्शन, सो दैट इज़ ऑलमोस्ट 0 डिग्री, और मैक्सिमम इट वुड बी 180 डिग्री. सो randomization of a dipole moment is maximum in between 0 to pi degree. So for my entire chosen regime, if I will take their integration, then I will be having the n, right? Integration of the dn, I will be having a total number of magnetic dipole moment in my chosen system. The proportionality constant, and if I want to cover the entire available number of dipole moment, then I should integrate them in between 0 to pi. फिर से बोल रहा हूँ 0 to pi इसलिए लिमिट आ रही है क्योंकि the maximum orientation is available in between 0 to pi, माने 0 से 180 डिग्री. And I think this is the concept where you can say that this is a concept where you can say the discrimination between the quantum concept and the classical concept. यहाँ पे लेंजेविन ये सोच रहे हैं कि orientation of a dipole moment is possible in between the any orientating angle with reference to the applied external magnetic field in between 0 to 180 degree. माने 0 से 180 डिग्री के बीच में किसी भी डायरेक्शन में मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट अलाइन हो सकता है. Okay, when you integrate this one, you take some constant cos theta is equal to s, then sin theta is equal to minus dx. The equation will reduce to such small variations, and you can execute them, and you are having the value of the c on the basis of a n upon e to the power a minus e to the power minus a, right? This is a small 9.35. that will be the value of c. टू फाइंड इट आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ सी, क्योंकि ये प्रोपोर्शनलिटी कांस्टेंट था, वो कितना था वो पता नहीं था, तो इंटीग्रेट करके हमें सी की वैल्यू पता चल गई, ए एन अपॉन ई टू द पावर ए माइनस ई टू द पावर माइनस एन। सो मैं सी की जगह पे वो रख दूंगा, तो सी की जगह पे मैं दैट आई कैन कीप इट। Okay, so now let us calculate the total magnetization of my system. Now what is magnetization of my system or a magnetic material? So magnetization, that means a change of magnetic moment per unit volume, right? What is a magnetization? A rate of change of magnetic moments per unit volume, that is, or the available number of magnetic moment in per unit volume. So एक magnetic moment पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम में कितनी मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट अलाइन इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द एक्सटर्नल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है, अगर वो देखना है तो आप क्या करोगे। नाउ माय रेजिम इज लेटर से डी एन, तो चोजन रेजिम तो मेरा एन था, टोटल नंबर ऑफ मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट is available n molecules, okay, but what I have chosen the regime that is a dn, correct. Now let us assume that the magnetic moment of a molecules is randomly oriented with the direction of the theta, जो इनिशियली हमने एज्यूम किया था वो थीटा डायरेक्शन में, तो ये मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट का कॉस कंपोनेंट ही कंट्रीब्यूट करेगा, बिकॉज कॉस कंपोनेंट ही इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द magnetic field. So I have taken the cos component of is mu m cos theta, that is your contributing of your magnetic moment in the direction of magnetic field. पूरा का पूरा mu m यूज़ नहीं हो रहा है because it is not 100% aligned, because it is continuously vibrated because of the thermal agitation. तो magnetization will be a magnetic moment per unit volume in the direction of magnetic field. So cos component तो पूरा का पूरा alignment होगा, so I can choose the mu m cos theta multiply by my chosen regime, and this is oriented in between 0 to pi. So this is nothing but your magnetization. So m is equal to integrating in between 0 to pi mu m cos theta dn, and this is m is nothing but the magnetization, substituting the value of a dn. तो dn का आपने ऑलरेडी प्रीवियसली dn के लिए आपने ऑलरेडी मटेरियल इक्वेशन मटेरियलाइज कर लिया है. सो dn इज इक्वल टू c exponential a cos theta sin theta d theta. So same concept we are using here. It's a c cos theta sin theta d theta, and mu m cos theta is as it is. mu m मैंने बाहर निकाल लिया है क्योंकि वो कांस्टेंट है. ओके, then integration is as it is from 0 to pi. Then cos theta is, this is the cos theta I am taking inside. dn is equal to exponential of a cos theta sin theta d theta into c. c is also constant, so I am taking outside. So let us assume that x is equal to cos theta, तो dx हो जाएगा माइनस sin theta, जो अभी हमने किया था एनर्जी डेरिवेशन में, द एनर्जी एसोसिएटेड टू, और sorry, the torque derivation of the magnetic moment. So the same logic we have developed, and you can having the relation like this. If you derive this one, so finally we are able to get the relation something like this, and that is m in is equal to n mu m e to the power a plus e to the power minus a e to the power a minus e to. This is nothing but the hyperbola cot function, so that is cot ha. So this e to the power plus e to the power a plus e to the power minus a e to the power a minus e to the power minus a, ये स्टैंडर्ड रिलेशन है. अगर यहाँ ही अगर छोटा वेरिएशन का ऊपर माइनस आ जाए और नीचे प्लस आ जाए, e to the power a minus e to the power minus a upon e to the power a, then it becomes the 10 hyperbola functions. Okay, that you can check it up with the mathematical theory. Anyway, so finally Finally, the relation what we have derived, that is m is equal to n into mu m is equal to, देखिए c की वैल्यू दैट इज n, c की वैल्यू आपने फाइंड कीजिए a n अपॉन ई टू द पावर a माइनस ई टू द पावर माइनस a, वो यहाँ पे सब्सटीट्यूट करने से ये n पिक्चर में आ रहा है, n म्यू है अपॉन a ई टू द पावर a into e to the power minus a plus this. So from this you are getting this relation. So n mu m curly bracket में cot h a, that is a cot hyperbola a minus 1 over a. Now n mu m is as it is, and this curly bracket is given to honor this theory with the name of the Langevin. So this is a Langevin function they have introduced in just honor to the scientist. So LA is known as a Langevin function, and if anyone is drawing the curve, a graphical representation of a Langevin function is also known as a Langevin curve. Okay, so this way we are able to find it out the paramagnetism in the paramagnetic material. So magnetization m and n into mu m. So अगर मेरे पास total number of available magnetic material n है और उसकी magnetic moment अगर mu m है, so अगर n into mu m में करो, so that is my total available magnetic moment. So that would be equivalent to the ms or the saturation of a magnetization. So that n mu m is replaced by ms cot hyperbola a minus 1 over a m upon ms करूँ तो यहाँ पे Langevin है. So m upon ms is equal to cot ha minus 1 over a, that is nothing but the Langevin functions. So quantitative ms is a constant. So ideally saturation of a magnetization वो हर कोई मटेरियल का एक फिक्स वैल्यू होती है, क्योंकि अगर वॉट एवर द मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट इस पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम अगर वो अलाइन हो जाए 100%, so that would be the maximum or the saturation magnetization, and that is constant. क्योंकि कोई भी एक मटेरियल में x अमाउंट की ही मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट अवेलेबल, n नंबर की ही n सारे के सारे डायपोल मोमेंट अलाइन हो जाए, so that is your saturation magnetization. Correct? So now this is a final magnetization function. The further discussion of the graphical representation and so on we will be taking in the next lecture. Thank you so much. So I am stopping at the finding out the magnetization of a graphical representation. There is one more thing, it is written here, something about physically understanding of this one, where it is a kind of a what is mentioning in your Langevin function cot h a or 1 over minus a. So a is basically a ratio of a magnetic energy to the thermal energy. तो यहाँ पे जो पूरा का पूरा वेरिएशंस हो रहा है फंक्शंस में, दैट इज़ ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ द रेशियो ऑफ म्यू एम बी अपॉन के टी, और मैग्नेटिक मोमेंट टू द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड टू द थर्मल एनर्जी. The numerator, that is the magnetic energy, force them to get it aligned. The thermal energy force them to get it randomized. अगर magnetic field strong है and temperature is low, so ratio value is very high. If ratio value is very high, that means the magnetization is very high. अगर B is less and T is high, so the ratio value is very low, so it is get very randomized and magnetization will be futile. So this is how the understanding of the importance of the A function in the cot HA function. With this I stop here. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.